Hello everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Sambitkar. I graduated from NIT Rourkela in 2022, and post that I worked for 2 years as an associate consultant, and then currently I am pursuing my MBA from IIM Visakhapatnam. Right, and today's video is mostly regarding my IIM Shillong interview experience. And to be honest, IIM Shillong interview experience is very different from the rest of the IIMs. You may be having all other IIMs interviews lined up in the upcoming months, but IIM Shillong is very different. They give you extempos and all, and lot of things. So IIM Shillong interview is not like any normal interview that you are going to expect, right? So listen to me very carefully and then try to start preparing for IIM's long interview experience and what all you can uh, maybe learn in the upcoming days that will help you to ace the IIM's long interview. So my interview was in the month of March. I knew that it was in the month mid-March, and mostly IIM's long interviews usually start in the month of February. So in February, I remember that when I gave CAT and it was 2024. So in that year, so the Mumbai the people who had given the first reference location as Mumbai, so their interviews mostly started in the early February, and then they went to Delhi, and then they went to Calcutta, and this was how it was actually going on. So my interview experience was very different compared to all other candidates. So I am Shillong comparatively will ask you more on academics also. If you look at the um, profile brochure that they have already published in the website, so you can get to know what are the different backgrounds of people they are actually hiring. They look more onto your work experience, and you will find there are a lot of work experience students in their campus. And now talking about my interview, so it was in Delhi. I went into Radisson Blue Hotel in Delhi, and it was in the I think it was at 2 p.m. slot. I had to report at 12:30, and I went straight into Radisson Blue Hotel. And then that was one of the rooms they had given for all the candidates to sit there. So we waited there. So we had tea breaks, we had cookies, everything was there on the table itself. And then very slowly at 2:30 p.m., one of the professors, or maybe you can call maybe staff, I am not sure who was he. So he came and he started checking our documents. So we were asked to show our Aadhaar card. Then the mark sheets were not verified as far as I remember. Mostly they were looking at Aadhaar card and they gave us our I think the timings of the interview. And then we also got a notification on our mobile app also, on message also. So we got uh, uh, the the meeting timings and the panel number, everything in our mobile itself. So that is how it usually starts. So there were around 8 panels. They all were in different rooms, and a lot of candidates were there in that room. So all the students who were sitting there, they were discussing about what were the current affairs that happened yesterday. So some of the students were also discussing statistics, p values, or what does that actually mean, then normal distribution. So I could hear a lot of noises coming from different students. So a lot of students were discussing on that. So you will find also a lot of students, mostly from Delhi universities, and also they discuss the economics and all. Um, so as the interview started, there were students who were going into the interview room. They were coming out of that room, and I mine was panel four. I remember in panel two, the interviews were going actually very long. So each candidate was being interviewed for more than 45 minutes, and the interview process was also getting very slow, and the timings were also getting delayed for all of the candidates in that panel too. But my panel was comparatively slightly okay type. So we were mostly interviewed for 20-25 minutes max, and max 30 minutes, so not beyond that. But whoever was coming from panel two, they were discussing that the professor asked us the hardcore mathematics. They asked us to create a graph for a cubic equation. Then some differentiation calculus were also asked, probability statistics. So that is how it was happening in that area, that panel especially. And IIM Shillong mostly will test you on the basis of your communication, academics, general awareness, current affairs, your career clarity, and your personality fit. Right. So the interview usually start with a extempore topic. So in 2024, so the topic that they were giving us, it was mostly some kind of an extempore, some kind of an idiom, right? So there were a lot of idioms you have to maybe prepare for. And as the interviews will also be starting, so a lot of students in your Telegram groups or WhatsApp group, they will also be discussing about how was the interview. And it's from that you can maybe get to know what are the different extempore topics that they are going to ask or they're asking. And then maybe probably you can do a Google search on top 50 or top 100 idioms, and then you can refer to around 3 to 4 websites and try to remember the idioms and the meanings. So mostly it will be a 1 minute, just a minute kind of thing. So you have to think. They will give you a notepad or pencil as you enter the room. And for me, the topic was intriguing questions. And then I wrote something around 10 to 11 points in maybe 1 minute. And then I started speaking. The topics are very abstract. So honestly speaking, so I would suggest that you try to go through the current affairs, the trending topics, search on Google or maybe use ChatGPT and find out what are the topics that they are actually giving. Some of the students were also having topics like paint all the boxes or budget. So it could be any random topic, so you never know. So what I can do is in my YouTube channel also in the description section, I will also upload a set of idiom list that I had prepared during my time. It would be close to more than 100 idioms. And I think that should be sufficient. So you can go through the idioms list and meanings and all. I think that would be slightly helpful. So you check the description section as well. And now then coming to the real interview, so they will be starting with your personal and your resume backgrounds. So or every interview actually starts with tell me more about yourself, or they can throw your random question, tell me something that is not there in your SOP, right? So while you are writing the SOP for IIM Shillong, so before going to interview, try to read your SOP once again. Although you have written it yourself, but it is always on a safer note to read your SOP before going to the interview room. So then they will be asking questions on your work profile, your role. Prepare any three favorite topics from your graduate maybe education. Right. So for me, they had asked me three topics, and I had told them market research, then thermodynamics, and statistics. So then they will be asking you on your hobbies and extracurricular, whether is it genuine or not, right? And from from graduation topics, prepare basic math question. In panel two, I still remember students were also asked to solve the time, distance, speed questions that actually come in CAT exam. They were also asked uh, the quadratic equations and also you have to revise everything. And then coming to the general awareness, so for me also they asked, and to a lot of students were also asked that if they invest or not, and if they are investing, then they were also asking where do you invest, how do you decide which stocks to buy, how do you determine whether the prices are going to rise up or is it going to go down. So what are the best metrics that you observe while deciding whether to buy or sell a stock. Right. So these are the questions they were asking, and then try to read on current affairs, the inflation, the repo rate, the CRR, SLR, the GDP versus GNP, our India ranking in World Happiness Index, or maybe real inflation. What is the real inflation? Nominal inflation rate, right? Budget highlights that is very important. Then geopolitics questions about the global events and to one of the panel uh, in one of the panel they were also discussing on the guesstimates also, so try to go through certain guesstimates, maybe you can practice some guesstimates from ChatGPT. Ask ChatGPT in a right manner. Give it a prompt that they have to use MB related MECE, mutually exclusive and collective exhaustive approach to solve a guesstimate. And some students who were coming from non-tech background, they were also asked to design a GTM strategy, some marketing campaign. So for me also, they were asking, since I was into the analytics role, so they also were asking me more questions on Power BI, how which is better, Power BI or Tableau, which one should you prefer for the long term. So you should be knowing about what are the different features that is existing in Power BI and in Tableau. They were also asking to write SQL queries, so they can give you short SQL queries to write, short C++ or Java code to write if you are coming from that background, but not specific for all. Um, right. So as you enter the room, try to keep a smiling face. Don't get worried about looking at the professors. So in my panel, one of them was a very senior professor, and the other was very young. In some of the panels, there were young professors also, and keep the conversation interactive and follow up on question based on your answers. And there is no fixed script and as in such, but yes, try to be proactive, try to listen to the question completely before answering all that I wanted to say. uh, Thank you for watching this video till the end, and you can check the description section. I will be attaching the set of videos list that I had prepared for my IIM Shillong interview. I think that would be helpful. And please like, share, and subscribe my YouTube channel. And please turn on the bell icon for the upcoming videos that I will be sharing more on the IIM interview and GDP experiences. And yeah, thank you everyone.